NyanCave!
Yo, what's up and welcome everybody to the NyanCave. I'm Tom. This guy's Clay. That guy's Nyan Droid.
Hello!
Hello!
Yo, we're checking out Ace Attorney, the great Ace Attorney 2.
What?
Hello.
Absolute wildness.
Hello?
Yeah, if you missed yesterday's stream, Tom's going to be joining us for all of the great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, which is really great. So that's going to be awesome. As just to answer the inevitable question, we don't know if he'll be here after. Maybe he'll be here for some things, maybe he'll be here for other things. I don't know. We're gonna try it out. And just so everyone knows as well, it's a different environment, so give us a little leeway.
Yeah, a little bit of learning room here
on the pacing.
Yeah.
And also,
aw, snap! Chat died right then.
Yeah, get used to that.
Yeah,
That's been happening. Don't know why. We hate it.
Yeah.
I definitely understand why that's hateable. I think it's just chat so hype right now. Starting a new game?
Maybe.
They broke the system, maybe?
Absolutely. So yeah, we're gonna do our best to get into it.
Yeah. Give me a little bit of time too, everybody.
Yeah.
I have not acted a voice in many a moon.
But yeah.
_Nyan, yes, the Tom DLC has been unlocked at last.
Hey!
It only took over a year to achieve, but our resolve was firm. Let's
What
do
up,
this,
Adam?
just like old times.
Hey, Adam!
Adam!
You. I blame the developers.
Yeah, gosh. Microtransactions.
Phew, finished the game just in time. Credits are rolling right now. It's so good, have fun.
Farron! Damn, congratulations.
Farron!
Yeah.
Thank you.
The first game's amazing, and actually on that, Tom actually took the time to watch the entire first series.
Yes.
However, he did it fairly quickly, so
Yeah.
he may need a little help along the way, but he's there.
Yeah,
Right,
I know references.
You know references?
I know things.
You know things?
I've met a character.
You've tried my beef stroganoff?
Yeah.
Biff.
Biff.
Nice. What a marshmallow.
Hey guys, I had a strange dream last night that Tom came back. Weird, right?
So
Also,
weird.
what's Darren Chris doing here?
I got this. You got that.
Cyber Saiyan, thank you.
Cyber saying thank you.
And also, if you haven't checked out the subreddit, many Ace Attorney posts there if you want to check those out. Some memes from us,
Yeah.
some memes from not. Cyber Saiyan posts there often, so thank you.
Welcome back. Looks at hand. Tim Hart.
J-Trev!
Hey, Trev! What
Thank
is
you.
happening? Thank you very much. Cheers. Oh, the soju was such a good choice.
Oh, I know, right?
Here to pop in and say hi.
So
Excited for to watch this later in VOD land to calm myself before or after my online interview later.
Ooh.
WB again, Tom.
Yeah.
Damn, Tasso.
Tyso!
Good luck.
You've
Yes.
got your brains all
Got
warmed up
my-
from all that code words we played today.
You've got the experience. And yeah, we're gonna take about like 5 or 10 minutes to play some things, let everyone pile in, then we're gonna get started, and then there'll be a bit of a delay on notifications, so do keep that in mind.
Yes.
Thank you.
During the break, I figured I would start the first case to get a head start.
Yeah.
3 cases later, I can say Resolve is definitely a page turner.
Ooh.
John!
That's good. It's nice to have a game you can't put down.
I am so excited to play this game. I don't like the first one is my favorite Ace Attorney game so far. I'm so excited.
I didn't even get to play the first one, but I was in love with it. It was so good.
Everybody's delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
you're a part of it.
I know.
Skipped ahead. That's okay.
Unfortunately can't stay cause I still have to play this game for myself by
Happens.
sending lots of love from Vodeville_Nyan love.
Oh.
Tea cake!
Thank you.
Thank you.
And hey, yeah, we're there.
Yeah, absolutely. Good.
The best Ace Attorney with the best boys. The dream.
Hey.
Thank you, Matt.
Matthew. Thank you. And yeah,
Matthew 12212.
music is super on point too.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying that a lot.
Thanks, Magic Dog.
Oh.
Yeah!
With the initial excitement over, I too would like to welcome you back, Tom. Great to have you back, even if just for a bit. Missed you, man.
Travis, that's so crazy.
Travis!
Thank you so much, Travis.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What a kind welcome. Jeez.
We should get you a Tom's back mug.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Just guess who's back with like a Hey Baby on it or something.
dropping in the merch shop.
Would you like that, Travis? Or
Travis is
I know,
mug starved.
I know. I should definitely give Travis a say in the next mug design because it's been so long. You've earned
Mug
it.
starved.
Yeah.
Maddie is into the Tom's Back mug.
Travis,
Yo.
thank you. Limited time
Listen.
Tom's Back mug. And Travis just says yes. Period.
Yeah. That's approved.
Yeah. You must have a very exciting like mug cupboard. You know, you open it up and it's just like maybe eclectic is the term.
Among Us. He plays Among Us. Yep. But people want it.
Suzu, I'm gonna play this, but in general,
Yes.
I don't want joke spoilers. I appreciate it though because it's funny,
All right.
but I don't want to set a precedence. So I'm making an exception even though I shouldn't. But I
No.
love you, Suzu. So I will.
This is actually a teaching moment.
Yeah. Don't do
Finished
this.
this game last weekend and holy shit, I can't believe that Francisca von Karma travels back in time to whip Ryunosuke to death.
Suzu!
Thank you, Suzu.
It's good.
Thank you, Suzu.
And this
And
is
then-
a great example of what not to do through the playthrough.
And we're gonna get started very shortly
What a
here.
PK.
Oh damn. Putting on the spot here.
Hey, Tom.
Okay.
Since you've been watching the channel when
Yeah.
you can, what's your favorite funny moments or references that these guys have made?
Oh my. Okay, well, there was one that actually got me laughing out loud in The Great Ace Attorney, but I can't remember the moment right now because I got too put on the spot.
Oh wow.
But
Yeah.
there
Let
was
me
a
think
time
about
when you had many laugh.
Oh.
Yeah, but like I actually like laughed physically out loud at numerous times throughout that playthrough. That's why I give it a stamp of approval. So I'll think on it, my old woman.
You didn't like the semen at the crime scene? No.
That was a classic. That was a classic. I thought that was an educational moment, though. You know?
I've watched CSI.
Welcome back, Tom. I'm a newer viewer but have loved AA VODs with all the boys here. Really excited to be here.
Teddy! Yeah.
Teddy!
Ace Attorney's a ton of fun. So we'll just do a couple more and then we'll be getting started. So I hope you guys are ready.
Here's my welcome back, Tom Shots. Missed yesterday. I can't usually make early stream, but will pop in. So happy to see you all together. Missed you.
Oh, thank you.
Now, if you guys haven't watched the Saturday stream, it's up. We talk about a lot of stuff, that questions you probably have. So we're definitely going to try to make today about Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
But we're definitely going to give it just a little bit of time to say hello to Tom for everyone who might not be able to make it. And Nyan, can you play Mats? Because
I can play Mats.
Thank you.
Clay, Tom, Nyani, chat. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but you all look beautiful today as per usual. Swoon.
Man, you too in that
Stop
that
it.
comfy Nyanny. I saw you. Biceps, hello.
A friend and I agree that Gar has benefited from the series maturing. Shooter Kumi went into this after PW versus PL, and it shows emo.
Hey.
10/10ths.
There's also
Yeah.
Travis that I think got mixed up. I'm gonna
sorry,
play that
it
one
did,
too.
please.
I wasn't gonna bring up mugs for once, but you took so long to get the farewell Tom mugs out that he's joined back in the meantime. Mugs.
Sorry, yeah. I'm not gonna make excuses, but I'm gonna make excuses. It was, it was a little different. There was so much going on that had to be done.
Yeah.
My whole life got consumed.
It was
Like,
really
Flip turned upside down.
Like,
Like-
this entire room was empty.
Yeah.
At one point, you know, like the floors were concrete. We put in new like fuzzy carpet, which is amazing. But yeah, no excuse.
No excuse, but like
I'm
maybe.
shit. Okay.
Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted?
No, I know what you mean, and yeah, I think we can really do this one because I do feel a little bit of guilt about the whole thing. Not yeah. Anyways, it's good vibes.
Good vibes. Good
Good
vibes.
vibes all around.
Yeah. Bon vibe.
I actually made a mug though.
You did?
I made a Hey
I've
Baby
never
mug.
played one of these games, but I'm going to learn today.
Oh, you're gonna learn.
Oh, you will
I will
learn
let
today.
everyone know this is a sequel. It is a direct sequel to the second. So if you're okay with that, then hey, I'm not gonna stop.
Oh my god, that's kind of funny. Uzumaki says farewell Tom mug on like one side,
Oh,
and then Tom's back on like the bottom or
The
something.
Hey Baby on the back.
Yeah.
I'm back. I don't think we could do anything on the bottom. Sadly, I'd love to.
Oh, that's true.
That's the current thing.
Finished the second Great Ace Attorney game. My favorite Ace Attorney game and loved it way more than the first one.
Ooh, Jack, I'm excited.
Wow.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay. Are we ready?
Amazing.
I'm gonna
A
flip
little
to the
cheersy.
Oh, I need to give you more room. Hello.
Hello, more room.
I'm
back. Also,
Yeah.
DFM asking if I knew the difference between Mia and Maya, and nope.
Fair.
About 4 cups? I don't know.
Wow. Wow, that was good. Awful.
Inappropriate.
Awful.
Inappropriate.
Inappropriate, bad. No, I do not support.
Inappropriate.
Clay.
Inappropriate.
That's it.
Yeah, we're gonna get started. There might be a delay on some donations. If I find a moment, I might. But
We're starting the game.
yeah.
There's
So
gonna be
if,
cutscenes. There's gonna be characters.
also if mods can just let people know with super chats, there might be a delay. I appreciate that.
Before we get into it, though,
Yep.
we should thank the people who did their member things.
Hey, yeah.
Jack! Hyper Resolved! Thanks for
Heck
3
yeah.
months. Me too.
Me
And
too.
Adam! 28 months and totally changed your handle. I noticed that when you did a donation. I'm like, Adam!
Adam.
FF6 and Persona for the win.
Ooh.
And John! 14 months. Hype. Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
John Bell. Cool. I'm very excited.
Wow.
I mean, pretty.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I feel like we're playing Brave the Default or something.
Uh-oh.
Standing here in the bright sunshine, looking out over the vast ocean. Those days in London seem like a dream. But I do miss my time in England's vast capital.
Ooh. How far ahead are we?
You know, he's flourished into a truly wonderful lawyer.
Oh my god. I really thought he might have been like a past
I've
tense.
no doubt that at this very moment, he's fighting some noble cause in court.
In the great beyond.
Forgive me for taking so long to come to visit you. My life has been such a whirlwind since I returned. And no one could have predicted what has happened. Just 2 months after arriving home.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Brett.
Oh my.
she's back.
So I came here today to ask something of you. Tomorrow, I shall be standing in court. For the only time in my life. As a lawyer.
Whoa! Wow.
Okay.
Pro tag swap.
Oh!
Please. I ask for your guidance.
Damn.
Okay.
I didn't expect.
Kazuma-sama.
Oh.
I thought that was her dad.
Me too. Wow.
Yeah.
So many twists and turns.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, that's so
That is
pretty.
a beautiful
Come on.
title card. Oh shit.
The blossoming attorney.
Beautiful title card.
Damn.
Swan Lady, the big dead.
Imagine that's how the first game ended.
That was kind of the cliffhanger I was waiting for.
Yeah, right?
Like, good cliffhangers, but...
Here I am again, after 9 months. The Supreme Court of Justice Adjudicature of Japan. I feel so nervous, but I must steel my nerves and find a way to compose myself.
Oh, hey, you're okay.
Right, you're fine.
This is where we start wondering. I probably just do this. It's fine.
Just do this guy.
I mean, I would.
Ayo. Oh.
I just want to see what that mustache feels like. You know?
Got some crumbs you can dust away.
Yeah? Tom? You can do Tom. You can do if you want.
Oh,
Get warmed up.
You're here. It doesn't do for a lawyer to be late.
Oh, yes, good morning, sir.
I hardly recognize you. You've got a fine figure, Counsel. But you look as white as a sheet, and those wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either.
Oh dear. The truth is, I'm so incredibly nervous I feel utterly nauseated. I almost wish that I'd never been born.
Goodness. Not the sort of thing a father hopes to hear from his daughter, I must say.
Oh.
Yujin Mikitoba, professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University. A man who earlier in his life traveled to Great Britain to study the latest advances in forensic medical science. And of course, my brilliant father.
And totally alive.
And totally alive and well. Excuse me.
Oh, wow. Cute.
Girl voice says, you got either of you want to do a girl voice? You can say no.
Girl voices, we have problems too.
Okay.
We're like you, but hi.
Would I be correct in thinking that you're my lawyer, to be my lawyer in court today?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
that's good.
Yes. Yes, that's right, miss. Well, I want to thank you for agreeing to represent me. I swear on my life. It's a complete fabrication, this whole thing. Ray, remember me. Remember me.
Oh, remember me.
Remember me. Born is the same year as I, and my greatest friend.
Remember me? No? Am I supposed to?
Though unusual for a woman in our time, she works at the university research laboratory helping my father. And sadly, she's the defendant in today's trial, accused of committing a truly awful murder. Are you feeling all right? Since we started talking, you seem, well, to have become a little flushed. Oh my, it's just that you look so gallant and dashing. They're lesbians, Harold. Sorry? And when I fall under your intense gaze, it makes me feel rather bashful. Goodness, I don't think she knows. She doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
And apparently the flowers on her outfit are forget-me-nots. Just
Aww.
to do with her name. Sorry, I saw it fly by in chat.
She hasn't realized who I am.
It would seem like our little plan for this trial is going to work.
Wow.
Oh, what? What do you mean, Professor Mikitoba?
If even your best friend
Miko.
can't see through the disguise, I think we can relax.
Oh. Disguise? Yes. I've never tried dressing this way before, of course, so I wasn't sure how convincing it would be. But this does make me feel a little relieved, as you say, Father. Father? Oh, shit.
Here it comes.
What? Is that you, Susato? I'm so sorry I didn't say something sooner, Ray. It's just that... No! What are you doing? What's going on? Wait, what? That varsity uniform, that varsity cap, that varsity cape, that varsity badge! Look at you! You look, for all the world, just like a student of the Imperial Yume University! A male student!
Dun dun dun.
I'm so glad you think so. It means all my preparations have been worthwhile. I woke at 4 in the morning to make a start. But I don't understand. Why are you dressed like that? Well, you see...
It was the only way. The only way that you would be permitted into the Supreme Court to take on your defense in this trial.
My defense? Never before in my life have I felt so frustrated having been born into this body. Courts in Japan are barred to women. We're not even allowed to set foot inside the courtroom. Despite the fact that the laws of the land apply to all people, male and female alike. But women are forbidden! Just for today, and I'll be leaving my true self in the at the courtroom door, so that I can act as your lawyer. Oh, Susato, you'd go to such lengths for me? Of course, you're my greatest friend. I just worry that I shan't be the lawyer you deserve.
Oh no, I have complete faith in you.
Ray,
It's so strange, though. I mean, you're such an accomplished judicial assistant already, and yet, just because you're a woman, oh, what a wretched reason! I mean, why shouldn't you be allowed in court? You're so gallant and dashing.
Ray? Please don't look at me like that, with those flushed cheeks and doting eyes.
Oh,
please,
I'm sorry. It's just, you really do look so dashing.
Yes, you mentioned that once or twice.
I'm so excited to see how she looks.
I know, me too.
You should be pleased. It means you look convincing as a man.
I am pleased, I think. It certainly helped to bolster my confidence today, that's for sure. Ray, you're managing to put on a brave face in all this, but I can see through it. I've noticed how your shoulders are slumped and how you're trembling ever so slightly.
Susato? You
Do believe me, don't you?
I didn't do it. I couldn't have. I mean, murder?
Of course. You have nothing to worry about. Your conscience is perfectly clean. Conscience. Isn't that right?
Yes. Yes, it is. Perfectly clean.
I have absolutely no doubt in my mind about your innocence, which is why I'll stand by you until the bitter end in this trial. Whatever happens, I'll always be on your side. Because that's what it means to be a defense lawyer.
That means so much to me, Susato.
Wait, is it the same across the pond?
I don't know.
Did we get a bailiff?
I don't know what you did for this bailiff. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
How about-
Tom is actually
It's either that. It's either what you're gonna do or what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
It's either what you're gonna do or I'm gonna do.
Why not in Japan?
In Japan.
Oh, it's
Toad.
Right.
Council. I think they'd rather Toad.
Toad, right. I forgot. That's why we changed the booster on the
Yes.
Catch up. We'll find a place for that.
We'll find a
We'll find
place.
for it. Oh, man. Gotta make sure I'm sufficiently moist.
I know your first voice of the season is Toad voice.
It's so hard. It like you either get in it or you don't.
Defend the council! Spring! Christmas weekend! Proceed to the courtroom once!
Is it also
That's me.
Nugget?
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up! Peach! There it is. Too late.
You should go in at once, Ray. If you're late, the judge won't hesitate to pronounce you guilty.
Oh.
Oh. Stand aside!
I don't think I've ever seen her run so fast.
Well, Susato, you've certainly surprised your father. Going to such lengths to be admitted into the courtroom, and with no prior experience of being a lawyer.
There was simply no other way. That's all there is to it. But Father, you haven't told her, have you? I mean, I'm right in assuming that Ray doesn't know how it came to this.
Yes, quite right. I've kept that information from her. It would only worry her if she found out that no other lawyer would agree to take her case. I didn't want to burden her with that.
And is it true? The reason why every other lawyer is refusing to take the case. Is it really because of who the victim was?
We should be making a move now, too. As you know, law isn't my field, but I'll do what I can to support my student.
Thank you, Father.
I wonder if it's gonna be Ouchie again.
Oh my.
Sorry, 1 second.
Tom, glad to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Haven't been here much lately. The past year and a half has been wild.
Time flies, yo.
Stick!
Thank you.
Keep in mind, this intro cutscene is both voice acted and done with in-game models, and it was from a 3Ds game. Vast improvement from Adventures.
I
really
I think
liked
they're
it.
both beautiful.
Yeah.
Was it
But
motion
it's great.
capture?
Yeah.
Did they motion capture?
New year. Been watching a lot of your Ace Attorney playthroughs since August. I finished the first game so I can watch the second game live with you guys.
Hey, that's awesome.
Lord Jedi!
Thank you.
I'd give much dollar to sit in on the localization team's brainstorming sessions for how to pun names in different languages.
Oh, God.
I'm impressed.
That's cool.
Ellen Gale, right?
Thank you, Ellen.
And we'll be moving on real quick.
Can't believe the three Skulkin brothers are playing their own game.
Straw Hat! A Skokin ain't Skokin!
Professional baddie.
That was my favorite thing. Actually, that's how I should describe myself.
Yeah.
I'm a professional baddie. As in, I'm really bad at things that I do. All right, the
No,
very last.
you're better than that.
Oh wow, not
You
anymore.
should know by now that the bailiffs in Ace Attorney are like Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny. They're all part of the same family biz.
Absolutely.
Yes, Ellen.
Thank you, Ellen Gale.
Thank you, everyone.
8 months ago, I accompanied a student of law on a study trip to Great Britain. But 2 months ago, due to unforeseen circumstances, I found myself back in Japan. How many times have I wished that he were here, I wonder.
Aww.
Still, I have no choice now but to steel myself for the trial ahead. Wish me luck, Naruhodo-san.
of August, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 1.
And these are their stories.
Oh goodness, she looks so good. Oh yes, not. Yeah.
I'm pushing you.
is now in session to hear.
I'm pushing you closer. You're just drifting a little off screen.
Court is now in session to hear the trial of Ray Mbambi.
Ouchie's got a new hairdo. Right?
That's a good look. You are traditional Ouchie.
Yeah.
I am traditional.
The prosecution is fully ready to proceed, Your Excellency.
Oh,
Damn.
have we been blessed to this day? That's a good look. That's a good look.
Defense counsel, are you ready? Yes, Your Excellency, we are ready.
So stoic.
Ready?
Nice.
Ah, yes, counsel. According to your registration details, your name is, Taro Naruhodo. Is that correct?
Sorry?
Oh, yes. I had to come up with a suitable male name for you for this little venture. What was that? So I'm afraid I simply put down the first name that sprung to mind.
Uh-huh.
Oh, counsel.
Yes, that's right, that's me. Yes, I'm Ryutaro. He who has vowed to uphold the pride of the great Naruhodo clan. Ha ha!
That seems real.
The eyes are great.
Ryutaro may need to consider how better to uphold his manly act first and not overdo it. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And those wild, wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either. Just relax and listen.
Naruhodo?
A fresh face in this courtroom, if I'm not mistaken.
I love how Ouchie's getting taken down by every single Naruhodo, even if they're not real.
But the name Naruhodo, would that perchance be?
You may be thinking of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, currently in Britain as part of a study program. This is,
His cousin!
that's right, Ryutaro Toro here has been studying in the provinces, but was called into the capital for this trial. I assure you, in matters of law, his knowledge rivals that of any of Tokyo's preeminent lawyers.
Any of them?
What a pitiful situation. Having been rejected by every lawyer in the capital, the accused has to call in a country boy.
How dare you! Susato is every bit as gallant and dashing as any of your Tokyoan attorneys! I won't have you making fun of her!
Jumps across the thing, pulls out a gun. Not a good start.
Huh?
Oh,
Shouldn't have told her.
like silly bitch!
No.
Girl, shut it!
Please be careful, Ray.
What an unrefined tomboy we have here. But I wonder, is your gallant and dashing lawyer, Hoon, up to the challenge of defending you? His wide, skittish eyes are very much suggest that he is not.
I'm so nervous.
I mean, the eyes are pretty skittish. They gotta be real.
Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand what Naruhodo-san goes through. Like it or not, eyes are... What?
Want to flit.
Want to flit.
I think so.
Won't to flit?
Sorry, hold on. Oh, I'll go back there.
Yeah.
Like it or not, eyes are wont to flit.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Those are $10 words that I just don't.
Yeah.
I can't afford.
It's pronounced want?
As
Why did-
always,
As in wanton?
hydrate yourselves. Also, hi Tom, missed you frown.
Hey, Koga. Yeah. Good to see you.
Koga!
I don't think Koga ever changed the avatar picture.
Nope.
With,
Oh.
Also,
Yeah.
congrats on meeting the voice invaders in. I saw your picture. Very cool. Very jealous.
Amazing.
The case to be heard on this day is a matter of great significance to our national interests. Again. In fact, it would be reasonable to assume that the outcome of the trial may well affect the very future of our empire. Again.
Just like the trial 9 months ago. And yet, for proceedings of such importance, we have this unknown yokel by the dock. Dear me.
Perhaps this would be an appropriate moment for me to assess the defense, to determine whether you are sufficiently competent to practice in this courtroom.
9 months ago, when a certain Naruhodo stood where you are standing now, this same judge tested him as well. And even though he was just a student at the time, not even of the law, he passed the test with flying colors.
We had some help.
For a trained and experienced judicial assistant like you, this will be easy.
So, counsel, do you consent to answering some simple questions?
All right. It's time to prove myself.
Very well. If you have 2 lasagnas and you stack them on top of each other, does it become one big lasagna or 2 lasagnas stacked on top of each other?
Clearly, it becomes one lasagna.
I don't trust like that.
Yes, Your Excellency. But please do make them simple.
Very well. To start with, you'll state the name of the victim.
Oh, that's simple. Or that is simple. I couldn't forget that if I tried.
What's the matter?
Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand something else Naruhodo-san goes through. Like it or not, mine's are want to be blank.
It's not surprising, really. It's your first time in this position, and in that guise. Even a bright spark like you is bound to flicker and falter, a little under the circumstances.
Oh dear. This is a dismal failure.
Don't fret. You only need to use the knowledge you gained as a judicial assistant to overcome the problem.
The Roro
We
Joro.
found my new hard-to-pronounce word.
Judicial assistant.
Judicial assistant.
The Roro Joro.
Of course, the court record! Yes, the answer will be amongst all the key information about the case in the court record.
That's right. Just use R to open the court record. Then you need to flip to the people section with R. And don't take too long over it. His Excellency is watching you closely.
All right, check the court record with R. That's where the information I need will be.
Ooh, 2 p.m. Death is believed to be due to trauma to the victim's lung from a knife blade. Only a single wound was identified.
Giselle Brett, female British. Single deep stab wound from behind.
Piercing a lung. Fatal hemorrhage.
Extreme meiosis.
Pupil constriction. Well, that'll be important.
Extreme mitosis. There's
Hey,
two of them.
we have the people tab back.
Yay!
Professor. He also happens to be my father. Best friend who works as an assistant to my father in his laboratory at the Imperial Yuma University. She's the defendant in this case. The victim of the case was a former British exchange student. 9 months ago, she was found guilty of the murder of visiting Professor Dr. John Wilson. Oh, they kept her here. Crazy. Lead prosecutor for the case, who appears to be struggling to accept the changes afoot as a result of these turbulent new times in Japan, the Meiji era. Huh.
I'm waiting, counsel. Alright, maybe that one was too hard. In that case, am I wearing 2 shirts or 1?
Well, from the looks of it, you're wearing 1 shirt over top of another shirt.
You know, forget it. What is the name of the victim in this case?
What is it, Nyanny?
Giselle Brett.
You're right.
The victim in this case is, yes, Prosecutor Taketsuchi Ouchi.
What?
Why the sudden triumphant cry of yes? Are you threatening to kill me?
He seems angry.
Are you surprised? Did you consult the court record? You must look through it carefully.
Oh, yes, I did, of course. I looked at everyone on file, and I chose the person whose features appeared to be the most deathly.
Oh.
I must say, this most unusual methodology of yours leaves me almost speechless. It occurs to me with renewed certainty that reading the information carefully is vitally importante. I strongly recommend it.
This is the part where the game is like, would you like to play on story mode? It prevents you from having to make decisions.
Right?
Oh, dear. I simply can't ignore that imploring look. Your Excellency, please allow me to amend my answer.
Very well, I will excuse this incorrect response given your wide-eyed state of panic. So what is the name of the victim in this case?
I mean, it can't be the same, so I gotta see it.
Gotta know.
I don't know. I know what I mean when I see
Gotta
it.
know. Gotta
know.
I won't do it for all of them.
No.
I swear.
The
Just a little
victim
bit.
in this case is none other than Professor Yujin Mikotoba.
What?
Well, to be written off by someone's own child.
Father, you seem suddenly so much older and wearier than you were moments ago.
Because of you, clearly! The judge is asking you for the victim's name. The person who was killed in this case. Look through the information in the court record again. Carefully.
Think, Sasato, think.
Before you kill me, for mercy's sake.
Oh, dear. I simply can't ignore that disapproving...
Father Frustrator!
Achievements!
Hashtag worth.
I'm rewarded for my
Although I
For
do
my
feel I've been
courage.
For
stabbed
your
in the
courage.
back.
The
For my
courage to meme.
yeah.
Your Excellency, please allow me to amend my answer.
Very well, I'll excuse this incorrect response given your wide-eyed state of panic. Again.
Is this how you get away with things?
Absolutely. Sail Brett.
This the character's Mia?
Oh yes, chat. Oh, there it is.
The name of the victim who lost her life in this case is Miss Giselle Brett. Giselle Brett.
A name that will be forgotten never be forgotten in the courtrooms of our country, I'm sure.
Correct. And being a member of our empire's judiciary, you will be well aware of the significance of that name. So, let me pose another simple question. As you know, Miss Brett was a visiting student from the Empire of Great Britain. Why, then, was her name indelibly associated with our own empire's judicial history?
Obviously, you won't have forgotten the case from 9 months ago.
I was there.
What?
Nothing.
But if proving hard to recall, the finer points of everything you need is included in the court record.
Obviously, I still remember. That was the start of everything. Giselle Brett! Behind the woman student persona was the face of...
Oh, fuck. I have to. I have
Victoria!
to.
Must.
Oh.
Queen Victoria, obviously.
Of course.
Obviously not!
Queen of England studying overseas?
I thought it sounded a little odd.
Be out of this.
When your own father abandons you,
No.
you say something
No.
out there that your own father's like, I don't know this.
No.
Who?
Never met her in my life. Him in my
uh,
life. No. I'm sure you know all the details of this case in question from 9 months ago.
Oh yes, how could I forget? I know every last detail about it.
Then what on earth was that absurd answer you just gave?
We're not here for Manzai comedy, no?
No more absurdity, please, counsel. You will amend your answer.
Yes, of course, Your Excellency. Did they both have to call my answer absurd? Behind the woman's student persona was the face of...
Killer.
If you turn on the special costumes, Jajato is wearing her fancy dress in court instead of her disguise. Quite the man, I say. Stealth 100.
Yeah, things like that are fun.
Nick! Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
A killer.
Nick.
Yes!
9 months ago, a visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University was killed. And the culprit was... Giselle Brett.
Yes, she was a killer.
But not a killer queen.
At the time, our country had just signed a new treaty with the Empire of Great Britain. And it was in the midst of a delicate diplomatic situation that incident occurred. An Englishman, Dr. John H. Wilson, was shot dead. I believe he was an associate of yours, Professor Mikotoba. Wait, me?
I thought that he was the one doing the talking.
Yes, I
Me
was
too.
indebted to the man. He's been my mentor when I was in London to study forensic medicine. Indeed. It was I who invited him here to Japan as a visiting professor at the university. Naturally, the murder of an Englishman on our soil was a matter of the government wish to resolve rapidly.
Indeed it was, which is why a secret trial was conducted here at the Supreme Court. A student of the Imperial Yume University was arrested on suspicion of murder. A second-year English language student by the name of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. With the help of his best friend, a student lawyer, the accused conducted his own defense and exposed the despicable crime committed by Miss Giselle Brett. Miss Brett eventually admitted to her crime. However, one question about the motive that drove her to take Dr. Wilson's life. She gave no satisfactory answer before the trial reached its conclusion.
Immediately after the trial, the British government brought its consular jurisdiction to play.
I missed your voice acting, Tom, always amazing.
Thanks, Gregory. We were unable to sentence Miss Brett according to our empire's laws. It was decided because she is so beautiful that she would be removed to Shanghai, China instead.
Is the line literally because she was so beautiful? Oh,
No.
Perfect. Okay, great.
Why Shanghai?
Convincing.
There's a British consular court there.
Correct. I oversaw the negotiations personally. The date of her transfer to Shanghai was finally settled only last week. Wow. All that remained of our empire's obligations was to see the woman safely on board a steamship.
And yet, the very day before her departure, the Englishwoman was killed
Only the day before?
after doing nothing wrong.
That will do. I'm satisfied with that the counsel for the defense is sufficiently capable of representing the defendant.
I know. Oh! Thank you, Your Excellency. Over the first hurdle.
Now, a summary of the incident, if you please. Prosecutor Ouchie.
As you wish, Your Excellency. The repugnant crime took place on the 11th of August in broad daylight.
So I'm just gonna play a couple things.
Play them.
We won't, because we're gonna get into
course.
this and figure out what
Her
happened.
name might be Naruhodo in the future, so it's not a lie if just you overlook it for a year or two.
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. That's cute. Spike, thank you. And Wildcard, thank you for the donation. I just don't want to like start that kind of discussion in chat. I do appreciate it, and you know, yeah. So sorry, but thank you.
Yeah.
And
Thank you, Wild.
One of the best parts of this game is that memes are what get you achievements.
John!
I love that. It's one of my favorite things.
Especially in a game like this. Come on. So good.
You probably shouldn't laugh anymore.
This reminds me of a video of an AI-made script of an Ace Attorney case, and Larry, who is testifying, accuses Edgeworth of being the culprit and calls him to the stand.
Drama.
I love that. I wanna.
Yes.
Yeah,
I wanna
right?
write that.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
You had those good AI dungeon stories.
Right?
One day, Clay will realize the futility of but thou must. But today is, fortunately, not that day, as we are rewarded for memeing through accolades.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Adam.
On the outskirts of the imperial capital, under a bright blue sky, at a secluded bathing spot by the sea. The incident occurred inside a small beach hut, erected for the bathers to rest or change their clothes.
Still smirking.
Right?
The cause of death was a single stab wound to the posterior abdomen that pierced the victim's lung. An injury which proved fatal. There were two persons alone together in that beach hut at the time of the victim's death. Miss Brett, in her bathing attire, I may add, and the accused, Ray Bami.
That whole dress was bathing attire?
I guess.
Accordingly, there can be no doubt of the accused's guilt, especially when we consider that she is a powerful motive. The police arrived rapidly at the scene, promptly arrested the young lady.
In the 1900s, that was the standard, yeah.
I just feel like you drown.
It's the swan.
Wow. That extraordinary description of events leaves me somewhat lost for words, I must say.
That's certainly true. The prosecution's summary was full of words that raise an awful lot of questions. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution's counsel on what he said about...
Yeah, being alone together. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
I would say motive, only because, like, why?
Did I don't think he said.
He just said she had a powerful motive, but
Okay.
but what?
Yeah.
But what though?
but also...
Heaven forbid you show a shoulder at the beach? Jeez. You're clearly exaggerating. Powerful motive is a blatant overstatement.
Is the yokel boy using long words he doesn't fully understand?
I beg your pardon?
No matter. Let us put this to the accused, shall we? Member me-san. Are you a research assistant at the Imperial Yume University, I believe?
Yes, I am. I'm working with Professor Mikotoba in his laboratory at the moment.
I can confirm that the defendant is an excellent assistant with a strong sense of responsibility.
Fascinating to hear. Now another question. Prior to your work with the Professor Mikotaba, whose research were you assisting then?
I was studying under John H. Wilson.
Dr. Wilson? The visiting English professor who was murdered by Miss Brett 9 months ago?
The accused had a deep-seated respect for her former mentor, Dr. Wilson. Is that not true?
Yes, Dr. Wilson was a wonderful man.
Interesting. Then tell the court what deep-seated feelings you had towards the Englishwoman who killed him.
Well, obviously I was filled with hatred for what she'd done. A powerful hatred.
I appreciate the honesty.
Her own words!
Oh, no way! Be careful of what you're saying.
The motive was revenge. Plain and simple, Your Excellency.
I was so angry I could kill him.
Well, it was clearly a trap all along.
How wicked of them to use Ray's undying respect for her former mentor against her like that. I must find out more details and something we can use to bolster our defense.
Well, at least her respect is undying.
As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution's counsel on what he said about... Okay.
This is probably going to guess a witness, which is nice. But I'm also curious about the bathing spot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just want to know more about it.
If I may, Prosecutor Ouchie.
What do you want, you fresh-faced young yokel student?
I wonder, could you explain, please? You mentioned a bathing spot.
My apologies. Clearly my modernity has confused the poor country bumpkin's simple mind. Bathing spots are the very latest trend in health practices from the West. We are told that bathing in the water of the ocean is curative.
No, that's not what I meant. I was referring to the fact that Miss Brett had, to all intents and purposes, been found guilty of murder. Why would a known criminal have been relaxing by the sea?
For all time's sake, I believe.
Okay.
At least we'll always have the bath.
Story checks out. Makes total sense.
Oh, yes, old time's sake. Yep, of course, of course.
Quite.
That's what I'll do to our bathtub here if we move out. Okay,
For old time's sake.
For old time's sake. One last scrub in the tub.
One last scrub in the tub. Sorry?
Miss Brett was to depart for Shanghai the following day. Her final wish, as it were, was to enjoy a day at our country's wonderful coast. And the British Embassy put extreme pressure on our government to comply.
But on what grounds would we agree to such a request?
Also, she hated it here.
I kind of recall her being pretty unpleased with Japan.
Because, as usual, our government is unable to stand up to foreign powers. In matters of diplomacy, it seems we don't even have the courage to decline the whims of a known criminal.
Don't look at me, Professor! It was the government who granted permission, not I! In any case, it was decided that with a dedicated detective on duty, nothing could go wrong.
But in fact, a murder took place.
I said don't look at me! It was a young student girl
No one has proved that yet.
I wouldn't provoke the man if you don't need to.
At this stage, I need to gather more information, I think. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution's counsel on what he said about...
Being alone together.
Also a detective he just mentioned. Memba me-san?
Yes? What is it, Susa? Not a Hodo-san.
I'm really starting to wish I remade my alias Ryotaro Susato.
Yeah.
Please tell the court why exactly you were present at the bathing spot with the victim in the first place, and why you were alone with her.
Oh, well, no, that's not true. It wasn't like that at all. There were these other people present, a detective who was guarding Miss Brett, for starters.
Or also
I was just asked to accompany Miss Brett as a companion, that's all.
Let us be clear. At the moment of her death, you were alone together with the victim in the hut. You and no one else. The truth is, there's only one reason why this young woman accompanied Miss Brett on her bathing sojourn. It was the accused's last chance to take the victim's life.
No!
Because, as we know, the following day would see Miss Brett extradited to the British authorities in Shanghai. And the accused would never have the opportunity to dispatch her again.
Look at all those books.
So many books.
Kindly refrain from conjecture, counsel.
I believe we have a clear picture of the incident now.
Despite her guilt being determined 9 months ago, Miss Brett managed to avoid incarceration, instead continuing her research work at the... They let her keep... Obviously, over that period, she and Ray would have encountered each other on a number of occasions.
Seeing the murderer of the mentor seeing the murderer of the mentor for whom she had such great respect enjoying such undeserved liberty.
Yes. Even if it was only temporary until Miss Brett's extradition to Shanghai. You can hardly blame Ray for her feelings of anger and resentment.
Poor Ray.
So, Your Excellency, if you'd be so kind as to peruse this exhibit. A photographic print that shows the scene of the crime immediately following the grim incident. The grim incident.
Oh, that is actually a fairly revealing outfit.
Who?
Oh, her dress is on the stand back there. Different masks.
I know, she has so many masks.
So many masks.
I love they're like different sizes too, depending on like how much she wants to reveal.
How extra we feeling today?
Yeah.
Did they kill the goose too?
Yeah, Goose dead, man.
Oh.
Goose hella dead.
Oh,
Don't worry, it's had
deserve
babies.
that.
No,
Oh.
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
the goose literally put her in her place by, shoving it up its ass.
As you can clearly see, there is no one within the hut, and anyone else could, As you can clearly see, there is nowhere within this hut that anyone else could have hidden.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That looks like a person in the top.
I mean, that looks like a person in the top.
She pulled a lot of stuff out of that dress.
Yeah.
The court will accept this photographic print as evidence.
Judge, the defendant is accused of murdering a poor innocent swan. Or she, what about Miss Brett? Judge, what about her? Bitch deserved it.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Cyber Saiyan!
Bam! Got him.
Thanks, Cyber.
Imagine if McGilded returned at the climax of the game. He was cleansed from the flames of the omnibus and thus became gilded the white/blackened.
Lord of the Rings reference, I love it. Chrome. On the fifth trial, look to the door.
On the fifth trail, look to the door.
When the sun rises. Amazing. Sorry.
First time catching a live stream with Tom.
Hey!
So hello for the first time, sir. Excited for you all to play one of the top 2 AA games along with I2.
Mr. 96!
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love the first game so much.
Meet you.
McGrill did the burnt.
Yeah.
As I understand it then, the victim and the defendant were alone inside the beach hut at the time. This is deeply troubling, I must say. The finger of guilt points firmly at the defendant.
Well, Your Excellency, naturally, the prosecution has much more to its case. We intend to prove the accused appalling actions beyond all possible contention. To that end, I can confirm that we have multiple witnesses to the crime and damning evidence.
So much for alone together. Witnesses? But who?
One of whom, I might add, is a highly respected police detective. I assure you, the testimony of these witnesses will leave no room for doubt. Not one room.
Not one.
Very well then, counsel. Bring forth your witness.
I,
Taketsuchi.
Takatsuchi Ouchi, have been waiting for this moment for 9 months.
Sorry?
Oh yes, I haven't forgotten. That trial 9 months ago, here in this very courthouse, when that irreverent little student boy utterly humiliated me.
Ryunosuke.
Naruhodo.
What? Yes?
This insult to the Ouchi family name will never be forgotten.
You've become conceited with age, Counsel. But the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that!
I love how Ryunosuke just like sidesteps like, ah. Hey, he never put it back up.
Strike the head of a samurai whose top knot has been cut and the bell of cultural enlightenment tolls. Yes, on that fateful day my former self died.
The start of your own mini Meiji revolution. Are you modernizing as well, Counsel?
Silence! Since I swore revenge back then, there has been a minor miracle atop my head.
Oh my god.
Observe the ouchie growth!
Looks like an ouchie.
You see this seed of hope sprouting forth from the barren expanse of my crown.
Yes. I think that tiny growth is trying to tell me something.
Please, kill me.
I'm sorry, little friend.
I'm afraid I can't really see. Where's the hope exactly?
I said silence! Today I face another yokel student from the Naruhodo clan. Well, I will vanquish you, and my victory will fertilizer for the seed of hope atop my head. You have been warned. With that, the prosecution calls the witness to the stand.
It looks like the stakes are high on both sides in this trial. The prosecution and defense each has much to lose.
A haircut is hardly comparable to Ray's life.
I was gonna say that, I guess.
That's not just a haircut. It's the seed of hope. Oh my god, there he is.
He's so... Oh, our boy!
Wow.
Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court.
Oh no, I don't know about that one, but yeah, it is a little dry. Because I mean, you've always done the detectives.
But we have Japanese detective and we have British detective.
I know.
And I was
know.
thinking, Yanni's got on the prosecution. I'm
Yeah.
on the defense.
Yeah.
You got to do one of these guys.
That's fine. Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Imperial Police Bureau. I'm in disguise, obviously,
Obviously.
so I can go undetected.
Obviously. And I am, well, the next big thing in books. An author renowned throughout the capital. In fact, yes. Soon to be sold out the satirical I Am a Cat, the sensational success by Soseki Natsume.
I like the guy in the back.
He's my boyfriend. Oh my goodness. Struggling student from the provinces, please! You needn't be in awe of me.
I needn't?
It's only natural that you'd feel nervous in my presence. But all of you, please, relax. Call me Soseki even.
Yes.
What on earth is Soseki-san doing here?
Tread carefully, Susato. That author fellow knows you from your time in London, doesn't he? If he exposes you for who you really are, it will be over before it's begun.
Waga hi.
Yeah, yes, of course. I know. I presume Soseki-san won't have forgotten about me. I could certainly never forget him. Although he does seem to have changed somewhat in the 6 months or so that it's been since we last saw him. And as for Inspector Hosonaga, that amazing outfit is hard to believe.
It is amazing. Do I have something on my face?
Well, your glasses for one. Also, they don't seem to be helping you see. Thank goodness he hasn't recognized me either.
Ah, I suppose it's this disguise, is it? I thought that appearing here in the clothes I was wearing at the time would make for a more faithful testimony. It is my guiding principle to carry out all testimonies flawlessly. Also, from the trial 9 months ago, my arm has been stuck in this position.
Such a good boy.
Well, I can appreciate why an Imperial Police Bureau detective might have been present. But what business did a writer such as yourself have being at the scene, Soseki-san?
Well, you see, I had been asked that day to give a lecture. On the morning of the incident, the Imperial Yume University's Grand Lecture Hall, no less.
At Yume University?
After the lecture, I had a very pleasant conversation with a researcher from the medical science department. The professor over there, in fact.
With Professor Mikotoba?
Yes, that's right. It was arranged by one of the newspapers. They wanted some story or another about 2 former students who studied in Great Britain.
Of course, being a renowned author, the press never leave me alone. They secretly spy, snapshot, scribble stories, and scupper my privacy. As you can see, the conversation was written up in this newspaper here. Read it at your leisure, my provincial struggling student friend. I have plenty of copies.
Thank you very much. He practically threw that paper at me.
The Soseki Natsume article.
Anyway, following my interview with the professor...
Oh my god.
Cute.
Oh, I thought he was throat jabbing him.
We love...
Oh!
Meow.
They made it. I guess we can't.
Why is
examine it
that
in
like
the-
like it's folded over in the corner? Or there's lightning
lightning?
on the picture?
Oh,
Yeah.
The lens is broken.
Oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I imagine, at least.
That makes more sense than lightning.
Yeah.
That will become useful. Indoor lightning, very rare.
The lady in question appeared and made a very unexpected announcement. I should like to go with everyone to see your country's coast. Those were her words.
As I explained before, Miss Brett was never taken into custody. She continued to work in my laboratory under strict surveillance, of course.
At which utterance, the university immediately contacted the government to seek guidance. The response was, permit Miss Brett to go along as a detective accompanies her.
And that detective, I am at liberty to divulge, was me. Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga.
Thereby, the entire party departed cordially for a seaside, it seems.
It was extremely challenging to clear all the other members of the public from the vicinity of the beach. But fortunately, I am at peak physical fitness at the moment, so that's new. I was able to carry out my duty flawlessly.
Oh my, Inspector, you...
Well, you do have something on your face now.
Oh, beach towel.
How unsightly. I do apologize.
Does that mean you went to the beach too, Father?
No, fortunately, I had work to finish off. But unfortunately, of course, it meant that, as my assistant, Ray was invited to take my place.
Of course, being a renowned author, I didn't like to decline the invitation. But if only I had, I'd never seen that awful sight! Relentlessly racked by remorse and regret.
Wow.
Very well, I must now ask you to present your formal testimony to the court. You will give an account of what you witnessed on your impromptu excursion to the coast.
Of course, Your Excellency.
Relentlessly racked by remorse and regret, I am.
Oh, that eye twitch is really good. And
Hey there, wish I could be lit for the return of the legend, but I will have to be watching from VODland for these next 2 streams.
well, good news is that he'll still be here after that.
Phil!
Look forward.
Crazy.
Thanks, Phil.
Philip, thanks you.
Thanks, Bill.
Phil.
Watched all your Ace Attorney VODs, but this is my first one live with Tom, and my first donation. So
Aw.
good to see the 3 of you together.
Little green fly. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And welcome.
We're the 3 best friends that anyone's ever had.
On the day of the incident, I was ordered on a special surveillance assignment in this disguise.
I just managed to catch that crab when I suddenly heard a caterwaul from behind me.
Caterwaul? I ran into the beach hut at once, where I found the pair in question.
I'm assuming someone used a thesaurus and then used a word with cat in it because they're like, haha. Yes, yes, yes! That young girl was astride with the Englishwoman, dagger in hand, and she stabbed so wildly!
I saw blood on the blade. It proved to me that she'd stabbed the victim multiple times. Oh, that's an easy one.
I was just making jam sandwiches!
Indeed, it does appear from this testimony that both witnesses here present saw it. The very moment of this heinous crime.
What?
Now, if you will recall, I promised evidence as well. What phrase did I use again? Ah, yes, that was it. Damning evidence.
And what have you there, counsel? A so-called fountain pen, is it?
Correct, Your Excellency. I found this at the scene whilst examining the body. It appears that in her dying moments, with her final ounce of strength, the victim clutched a piece of evidence that would positively identify the killer.
What?
Your Excellency, if you would cast your eyes over to the photographic print of the crime scene once more.
Oh, goodness me! Yes, the victim is clearly grasping something quite deliberately there in her hand.
That's right. The fountain pen. And if you would kindly examine the pen, Your Excellency.
Oh! The owner's initials have been engraved into the ebonite barrel. R.M. Remember me. The initials of the defendant.
No!
I mean, she could have just borrowed the pen.
That ass though.
You know what's funny? I realized through Ray Remember Me
Yeah.
that you actually have a real life Ace Attorney name.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
My name is Tom. Tom Morrow.
Yeah, right. That's some lazy writing right there.
Yeah, but honestly, my parents weren't the most creative with their puns.
Yeah. You know, all these Ace Attorney games, and I never realized that. The fountain pen has been entered. The court record.
So, have I omitted anything? Decisive testimony and damning evidence. There's a bright blue sky outside the courthouse today. Perfect weather to ascribe guilt, I feel.
Oh, wow.
I don't understand. The prosecutor Ouchie of 9 months ago had none of this man's poise.
The fan and everything's great. Does anyone know what it says on the fan? I think we went over it
I think
in the beginning.
people
Yeah.
told us last time.
I know, I forgot.
Counsel for the defense, you may begin your cross-examination now. Naruhodo-san.
Naruhodo.
Oh,
That means... Oh, yes! Me! Hi!
Is there another Naruhodo in my courtroom?
There are less Naruhodos here than you imagine.
Actually, there isn't even a single Naruhodo in your courtroom.
Cousin Ryutaro, pull yourself together, please.
All right. I've seen this countless times as a judicial assistant. Find inconsistency in the witnesses' testimonies to prove that they're lying somehow. That's all there is to it. That's how a real lawyer would handle a cross-examination. So let's see what I can do.
Yeah!
yeah.
Guilty. It's a different kanji that means punishment.
Oh.
This is off topic, but since October is coming up, I was wondering if you guys would consider playing Telltale's The Walking Dead for Halloween streams.
Mr. March! thank
Mr.
you.
March!
Yeah, we talked about this on Saturday a little bit. That stream's a bit of a mess, but there's a poll that actually they put on this one to suggest Halloween games, and yeah, everything's on the table. The suggestion form is also on the subreddit if you want to check that out there. There's a link to that, so yeah.
Leave your
Hell yeah.
riches in the
Thank you.
subreddit Nyan kind.
Hold it!
In that jaunty disguise...
Correct. Wait. No. I mean, it wasn't the first time I'd worn this swimsuit for a dip in the ocean. It's tried and tested. Do what must be done to keep the Englishwoman under surveillance. Those were my orders that day.
And this tried and tested outfit was the answer?
Being able to blend flawlessly into a crowd is an important part of a detective's job. Oh god. I submerged myself in the salty water, leaving only my turtle floating inconspicuously on the surface.
Mr. Turtle.
Mr. Turtle loves the water.
But there was no need for you to blend into the background on this assignment, really, was there?
If that made you late arriving on the scene.
Mr. Turtle.
If. What?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Sorry.
If that made you late arriving on the scene, I think perhaps you had your priorities wrong.
He's so cute. Perhaps I shouldn't pursue this line of questioning any further at the
No!
moment.
Pursue Mr. Turtle!
What are his likes and his dislikes, and can he be my friend?
I'd call the turtle to the witness stand, specifically.
Yeah.
I literally screamed when I saw the first two witnesses. I can't believe they gave me my two faves at once. Plus Mr. Turtle. Hashtag bless.
Catherine!
Mr. Turtle.
So good.
Bonus turtle.
I just managed to catch crabs. You're describing the victim's scream, presumably, Saseki-san.
There's an ointment for that.
In more literary terms, you might say it was a scream that could have pierced the heavens. Kyo! Or the like. Of course, that's just a metaphor. We renowned authors are wont to describing things so. Saseki-san wasn't at all like this in England.
It's gone to his head.
Anyway, I spun around at the noise and the beach hut immediately fell under my gaze. Yes, the beach hut.
The area is popular with government ministers. Many have seaside retreats there for rest and recuperation. Locals are prohibited from entering the area, so it's always very quiet. Does that one seagull have like a drumstick? Like
That's one seagull can turn
drumstick?
into a drumstick.
Sorry. The beach hut is a simple structure. erected as a place for people to change or take refuge from the sun.
Although, the Englishwoman's commandeered the hut for herself, which meant that I was forced to change into my swimwear on the sand. I imagine that was rather embarrassing for you. Well, anyway, I tossed the crab aside and headed for the beach hut at a run. Or, in more literary terms, I decrabbed and beetled off hutwise.
Nice. I ran into the hut at once, where I found the pair in question.
Hold it!
Wait, by pair, you don't mean to say... But how could that be?
No, you must understand. Obviously, I mean the victim and the defendant, Ray Mamami-san.
Oh, it would have been helpful if you could have just said that from the outset.
If you jump to conclusions, you will have to expect to fall flat on your face sometimes.
Dear me, pinning your hopes on such an outside chance. Foolish. Very foolish.
It really was an outside chance. I just wish I'd realized that before I said something silly.
So, Inspector, why don't you tell the court how exactly you found the aforementioned pair in the hut?
Well, it was a sorry sight. A really grisly scene. I parted the Nornan curtain hanging from the doorway and stepped inside, only to see the defendant leaning menacingly over the lifeless body of the victim sprawled on the sand. Oh no! Mr. Turtle!
Is frowning.
His head goes all crazy. My glasses very nearly cracked at the ominous sight that had met my eyes.
How thoroughly appalling!
He doesn't appear to be lying here. Well, Soseki-san, can you confirm what Inspector Hosonaga is saying, I wonder? You'd like a literary man's opinion? Yes! That young girl was astride with the Englishwoman, dagger in hand. She stabbed wildly. Stabbed wildly? You actually saw her do it? Oh, indeed. The terrible specter, the terrapin inspector, the bloody torrent, the author's torment. Every sight and every sound is still carved into my melancholy memory. That was my impression, at least, as a future literary sensation.
Counsel? What on earth was that shrill, effeminate scream?
Oh, no. What are you insinuating? I am as manly a Japanese man as you are, man.
I wonder if I might interject here, Soseki-san. Something you said is troubling me. That was my impression. Were your words just now, I believe?
Oh my god.
It's like that commercial. He got jello face.
The eyebrows are hypnotizing.
So you mean to say you're not confident that you really did see what you've described? No, I mean, yes! I know what I saw! My ears didn't deceive me when I heard that scream, hence my eyes didn't deceive me either. I could describe everything I saw vividly. I could publish it all in tomorrow's newspaper serial.
It sounds as though the next installment of I Am a Cat may take a macabre turn.
I think this is a fool's errand. The more we pressure your author friend on what he saw, the more entrenched he's going to become.
Oh dear, how awkward.
I really didn't think Mikotopa was going to come into court with us, but there
Me
he is.
neither, but there he is. Daddy.
I saw blood on the blade, and it proved to me that she'd stabbed the victim multiple times.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
She was stabbed multiple times. How can you be sure of that?
Very simply, from the blood on the blade.
The blood?
When I entered the hut, I saw the defendant holding the blade raised up in the air.
Yes, that's right! I saw it too! Oh.
and I noted that there was blood on the blade already at that point. In other words, the victim had already been stabbed at least once by the time I arrived at the scene.
Yes, that's right! I saw it too!
And the victim was already holding the defendant's fountain pen in her hand too. All of which means that I can be sure the victim did not die instantly. God, I love this.
He's so proud,
so
and
much.
we are going to take this man out at the knees.
Absolutely.
Yes, right! I saw it too!
But the thing is, he's going to enjoy it.
Oh,
He likes
Maybe
the
a
truth.
year in London was too much for him. He sounds like he's forgotten how to speak Japanese.
The logic of your argument is sound, at least.
Well, as I said, it is my guiding principle to carry out all testimonies flawlessly.
Perhaps it should be your guiding principle to protect the victim flawlessly.
Oh!
That's just my personal opinion, of course. I didn't mean to take him out like this.
Yeah.
This is just
I can't believe you've
rude.
done this.
Stop! You're killing him!
Oh.
Counsel, you will refrain from mocking the witness.
I can't feel afraid from mocking the witness. That's how you sound, Judge. Oh no. I just have so many thoughts swirling round in my head. It's all I can do to stand here wide-eyed and mute.
Goodness, my dear. You really must try to calm down.
But how am I supposed to find an inconsistency in what those two gentlemen are saying? I don't see why either of them would have a reason to lie.
What you must remember, I think, is that witnesses may inadvertently lie at times. For various reasons. A misunderstanding, a mistaken observation, a delusion, even.
Oh, a delusion.
What's important is that we determine the truth, and there's only one sure way to do that.
Yes. With evidence, of course.
Pretty good, pretty good. Spoken like a true judicial assistant.
You did
Getting
it!
there. I am getting there.
You did it!
During witness testimony, you can use the R key to pick a piece of evidence to present.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom while we're doing this tutorial. BRB! Woo.
You need to listen carefully to each statement and compare what's said to the details of the court record. If you find some conflicting information, that may be the inconsistency you're looking for.
Yes. It's all about the inconsistencies.
Once you've identified a witness's statement that appears to conflict with a piece of evidence, present the evidence to the witness with X. And the way ahead will present itself to you, I'm sure.
Yes. All right then. I'll consider the details of all the evidence in the court record against each statement to find an inconsistency. I hope I'm up to the task.
Don't forget that you can have the witnesses repeat their statements as many times as you like, over and over again. Everyone has to start at the beginning, remember, so those wide eyes are quite forgivable. And besides, there's no one else to defend the poor girl.
You're right. I need to listen to the testimony again from the start.
yo, what up, Data Girl and Bobby? What up, Cop?
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
I just opened the stream and I saw Tom. Hi Tom, I am so glad to see the whole family again. Hope to see you enjoy the whole game together.
Heck yeah, Monkey. Glad to be back.
And Blue Right, thank you for the glory to NyanCave. Welcome back, Tom. NyanCave had Tom back in Ace Attorney. Man, the times we live in. Yeah,
Right.
it's awesome. I'm really happy that we're able to do this. Thank you so much. Sorry for the delay.
Appreciate.
Lovely.
Sorry, thank you.
Oh. Oh, whoa.
Okay, for
Za-
cool.
Waldo!
That was super cool. Also, objection.
With that accusatory cry that just welled up from deep inside me, I think I finally understand. Every time Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san have stood here at this bench, the stakes have been very, very high indeed.
What's the meaning of that menacing pose, Counsel?
I'd like the witness to clarify something for me.
Who? What? Where? When? How?
Not you, Soseki-san. This query is directed at Inspector Hosonaga.
At me?
In your statement just now,
This is good music.
really good music, you said that the victim was stabbed multiple times.
Yes, that's right. As I said when I entered the hut, the defendant was already standing over the victim, bloody knife in hand, like a murderous demon.
And yet, that cannot be.
What?
Get to the point, please, counsel.
Oh, tiny book. In the post-mortem report, it clearly states that the victim was stabbed one time only.
Sail, sail, sail!
In other words, Inspector Hosanaga's testimony is clearly flawed. And Soseki-san, you claim to have seen Mamembe-san in the throes of stabbing the victim.
Yes, I did wildly.
But both you and the inspector confirmed the same point, that there was already blood on the knife that you saw the defendant holding.
Yes. And?
Sorry. It's quite simple. We know the murder weapon was used to stab the victim only once. Therefore, there is no way there could have been blood on the knife if it had a single stabbing hadn't already occurred.
True.
Then what exactly is your contention, counsel? Are you ever going to tell us?
Yes, Your Excellency. There's only one logical conclusion. What Soseki-san in fact saw was not the moment that the defendant stabbed the victim at all, but the moment that the defendant in fact withdrew the blade from the victim's body.
That can't be.
But the pitcher had the knife in the body.
So we had
So
to
did
put
they
it
put it
back.
back?
We had to put it back. Put everything back where you found it.
All right, how can we be sure this is the knife? I don't know. Let's see if it fits in the hole. Yeah. Oh. Ooh. Wasn't quite dead yet. We'll just leave that there.
Excellent work, Susato. You exploded at them with an objection and then proceeded to pull them apart systematically.
Well, this takes me back. Yes, I seem to remember your cousin staged a scene much like this in that trial 9 months ago. A half-witted child with a half-baked objection, attempting to steal the show.
You're right. There were certain similarities. Except that so-called half-witted child managed to outwit the prosecution, who was only half a head of hair.
Oh, rude! You can't control that.
Slander! My head is quite adequately dressed. Oh, in any case, all of this talk is stabbing and withdrawing and multiple wounds. It makes not a jot of difference.
What? Why not?
Engage your brain, young man. When the accused first plunged the deadly weapon into the victim, that was the fatal blow. And it was that moment, just as she had withdrawn the blade, ready for her next strike, that the witnesses saw. The knife was already tainted with blood because the accused had already stabbed the victim. All you have to successfully show with your little display
Half shot.
is that the mustached author is prone to moments of extravagance. Got him.
I am in agreement with the prosecution. If the defendant was seen wielding the blade at all, that is sufficient grounds for her actions to be viewed with suspicion.
But if she was withdrawing the blade,
Then we are back where we started.
sorry.
Consider this, young yokel boy. If the student girl is innocent, as you claim, there Then why would she have pulled the blade from the victim, and with a demon's cold-blooded composure, too? The prosecution demands an explanation, and it had better be good.
Why did Ray pull out the knife?
Oh, yes. Going for the jugular.
What does Father mean by that?
Let the court hear your answer then, counsel.
The truth is, I don't really know, but I have to come up with a plausible reason here, or we don't have a case. The reason why the defendant pulled the knife blade out of the victim's body was surely so she could...
Stab her again.
Stab her again.
So
I know, right?
I'm like,
this looks like these
stab her
memes are going to be totally penalized here.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
100%,
it's throbbing. The badge is throbbing.
I think the option would be save her life. Which
Yeah.
isn't
It must
exactly
be.
Although
accurate.
it's kind of the opposite
Yeah,
of what
you
it
shouldn't.
is. You should never
You should
pull a
never-
foreign body
yeah.
unless you are the doctor.
Yeah, been able to staunch the bleeding.
Say it, take the penalty.
I'll do it. Like when this was coming up too, I'm like, I don't think this is gonna be a memeable one, but there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Clay's listening to the magic dog.
You're doing on my shoulder here.
Well, this is the only one possible answer, but could it have been so she could stab the victim again?
Pardon?
Isn't there a saying? If someone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to him the left also.
What? So, Rio Taro, what are you saying? Oh, brother, what are you doing? Do you realize what a hole you are digging? It's 6 feet deep.
Someone slapped you on
It
the right.
must be the pressure
Turn
of
to the
being here.
left.
I'm starting to say things I don't mean.
Quite a slap in the face for the woman you represent. You yokels and your heavy-handed ways.
No, I didn't. That was just an example. I'm mere musing. I didn't mean that's what happened.
I suggest you take a moment to consider your answer next time, before you speak, counsel.
Yes, Your Excellency. Thank you for allowing me another chance.
Stab her again.
The reason why the defendant pulled the knife blade out of the victim's body was surely so she could...
Hide the knife.
According to the post-mortem report, the victim's death was not instant.
That's correct. It's thought she would have remained conscious for a short while after sustaining the injury.
Indeed, giving her the time to take hold of this piece of evidence that clearly indicates her killer.
Also, yeah, Eve, I think the saying is if someone slaps your right cheek,
Yes.
pull down your pants and present both cheeks.
Yes. Yes.
I think is how it goes.
Mhm.
The point is, being a medical research assistant, Membami-san was compelled to act when faced with a wounded victim. Instinctively, she pulled the blade out in an attempt to save Miss Brett's life.
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? It would seem this is the best we can expect of this young yokel.
Indeed.
Is it just me, or does it suddenly feel much colder in here?
Your Excellency, if I may,
Speak, witness.
I would like another opportunity to testify. In respect to the slipshod assertion that was just put forward by the Yokel Defense Council, I mean.
Slipshod?
An excellent idea, Inspector. Our young yokel hopefully has a modicum of knowledge when it comes to the law, it seems. But in matters of medicine, he appears to possess not one iota of common sense.
Very well, Inspector. I will permit your request. You will testify again before the court on the subject of the defense counsel's assertion.
Yes, sir. I will do so flawlessly. Perfect. I can't wait to see what evidence he has stashed.
I know, right? He always got something.
I know.
That's
Forensic-
why I took this from the crime scene.
And the dress.
And the dress.
And the whole damn hut.
I didn't try the dress on. Why did you say that you didn't try the dress on? Just so you know that I didn't do it. Now I just feel like you did do it.
I also brought the first foot of sand from the entire beach. The entirety of it. The whole 1 foot layer.
Here are 3 seagulls.
Pulling a blade from a wound without thinking could cause heavy bleeding. That's basic knowledge for any medical research assistant with an ounce of sense ought to know. In other words, there's no good reason why the defendant would have tried to pull the knife from the victim, unless it was to make sure that she would die. Well, let's not forget that the young student did have a motive for killing the victim. The man the victim murdered 9 months ago, Dr. Wilson, was the defendant's highly respected mentor.
Is what you just said true, Inspector? Could pulling a knife from a wound really cause the wound to bleed heavily?
Yes. Think of the weapon itself as a stopper in the wound that prevents excessive blood loss. Until a doctor is ready to provide proper treatment, that stopper shouldn't be removed.
Oh, I see.
Ha! This is why yokels should stay on the farm. Even a quack from some obscure mountain village would have such basic knowledge. Anyone who's ever given someone a little poke with a knife and pulled it out again knows. You know, as you do, just pokey-pulley, pokey-pulley.
Well, you never stabbed someone before? Oh, well, I've never stabbed anyone, you see, or pulled out a blade from a wound, so...
Of course you haven't. I didn't bring you up to behave like a bandit.
Father, is it true what they're telling me?
Yes, with basic remedial knowledge of phonetics. Ray would have been well aware of it. If she were to claim ignorance of such fundamentals, that would prove fatal in many ways.
But then, why would Ray have done it? Could she have pulled out that knife in full knowledge that it would be fatal to Miss Brett?
I don't know.
Ray never once mentioned anything about the knife to me.
Sorry, I just want to make sure that I'm not crazy.
Oh, the knife is in there.
It's not in there. Okay, good. We didn't put it back. It seems almost impossible to believe, but could my friend actually have...
Susato!
Yes!
Pull yourself together!
We're talking loudly!
We mustn't lose sight of why we are here.
Counsel, it's time for your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Excellency.
However, I must warn you that if your cross-examination fails to identify any issue with the established facts, I will be moving on to my adjudication immediately afterwards.
I understand. Believing in your clients and fighting for their cause until the bitter end. I knew it would be hard, but I had no idea it'd be this hard.
Wow. Susato really embracing the silk-hiding steel trope as Ryutaro. Her words and wit, sharp as a katana. And her objection. Theme. Beautiful.
Beautiful, Adam.
Thanks,
So
Adam.
good.
Did Orchie just admit to stabbing someone?
Cyber said so.
Cyber saying.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Just a little poke. A little pokey-pulley, little pokey-pulley. It's a fun game we play. In the Ouchie family.
Makes sense. Pulling a blade from the wound without thinking could cause heavy bleeding.
You say doing it without thinking could be a problem. Does that mean that if you used due care and attention, it would be all right?
I wouldn't have thought this needed spelling out, really, but the blade is like a stopper in the wound. Remove it, and a serious hemorrhage would occur. In other words, a medic would need to be present before any attempt was made to withdraw the blade. Doing it without thinking would be madness. You just can't do it.
Oh, well, thank you for such a thorough explanation.
It's like putting your meat sauce in your bowl and then putting the spaghetti on top of it. In a bowl in the first place. The whole thing is just unthinkable.
Never do that.
It's awful.
Ever.
It doesn't sound like a good idea.
You see, Counsel, when you act without thinking, the result is a bloodbath.
Back to the witness testimony, please.
Rover with the insightful knowledge of people bleed when they are stabbed.
Oh, I'll put that one away for later.
Hey, what?
I think it's going to become useful in this case.
Uh-oh.
In that case, there's an obvious explanation here.
Which is?
Clearly, the defendant, remember me-san, does not possess an ounce of sense.
Ah, yes. The tried and true ace attorney of belittling and trying to convict your
Convict your defendant.
before you can prove their guilt.
Yes.
Perfect.
And then their innocence after that.
Yes. What do you think about that, Professor Mikotoba?
Yeah, what a condescending look he's given us.
I know, right?
I'm not sure I should be labeling your best friend as lacking in common sense.
Well, I thought it would be better than labeling her as a murderer.
I don't know, young people today. If that's friendship, I don't understand it.
Careful, counsel.
That is a big mallet.
Oh, man.
A lack
That
of
defeats some meat.
a lack of common sense can be a very dangerous thing.
Oh dear, that recoiled on me rather badly.
That's life, I'm afraid. A lesson everyone must learn.
Hopefully you can see now that this is really basic medical knowledge. Being involved in medical research, Membami-san would have been aware of it.
The judge has major yaoi hands.
I didn't see them. In other words, there's no good reason why the defendant would have tried to pull out the knife from the victim.
But the defendant had suddenly encountered somebody she knew lying on the ground, bleeding to death. The sight could have shocked her delicate sensibilities, causing her to remove the blade inadvertently.
I really don't think that inadvertent actions can explain this. The woman is a medical research assistant. I can't imagine why she'd behave so rationally.
Oh, but irrational behavior is a woman's prerogative, isn't it?
Oh, dear. You have a lot to learn about women.
Thank you, Hosonaga-san.
Oh, damn!
That's my boy right there!
Mm-hmm.
Only a small-minded man could have such bigoted views.
Oh dear, perhaps I'm letting my male persona take a hold a little too much.
That's good. That's real good.
Well, have I managed to convey the basics now?
I just can imagine Ray on the side being like, what the fuck?
Why are you saying this about me?
You're so beautiful and so mean.
I think I like it.
I know. Why am I more attracted to you now?
Well, have I managed to convey the basics now? That should cover the medical side of the argument. Let's not forget that the young student did have a motive for killing the victim.
Whatever the motive, it just isn't in Membimi-san's nature to do something so awful.
But she had both motive and opportunity. That's very hard to argue against.
But you don't know the defendant.
Objection!
Ah.
And you, counsel, do not appear to know the law.
The other patented, tried and true ace attorney defense. They're my friend, I know them, and they couldn't have done it. Yes. Evidence is the only way to convince the court of your argument, not feelings.
With this fledgling to defend her, I would almost say I pity the accused.
So do I.
Inspector, you'll reiterate your point about the defendant's motive, please?
Ah, yes. Miss Brett was in many ways the sworn enemy of Membami-san.
Actually, I call her my nemesis.
Yeah. The man the victim murdered 9 months ago, Dr. Wilson, was the defendant's highly respected mentor.
Hold it!
Rover,
Well-
attorney friendship is evidence.
Yes, that's true. Dr. Wilson recognized Membami-san's talent and offered her the position of assistant despite her being a woman. She was extremely grateful to him.
Yes, the Englishman appears to have been a very broad-minded individual.
Dr. Wilson had no time for outdated traditions. What are you talking about? We met with opposition of counsel, but
Of
he
course.
believed firmly in Mamba-mi-san's abilities.
Clearly, the defendant was in the man's debt, which only serves to prove my point.
This is hopeless. I can't find a single crack in this testimony anywhere. If Ray knew that withdrawing the knife from the wound would threaten Miss Brett's life further, I just can't think of any way to explain why she did it.
Susato, it is at times like these when it is especially important to remember the fundamentals.
The fundamentals?
Convict your defendant. Evidence is what counts in the courtroom, isn't it?
Of course, but I've been through the court record dozens of times already. Dozens!
I think perhaps you're forgetting something, though.
Dozens!
You needn't take the evidence at face value. You can and must examine it in greater detail as well. I realize this is your first time playing the role of lawyer. So, if you need any reminding of the rudiments, you need only ask. I'll do my very best to help.
Examine the evidence in the court record. That's an idea, certainly. Oh, what should I do?
Oh, I know what to do.
Come to think of it, Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san were always turning evidence over and over in their hands. Yes, I need to examine things in greater detail with A.
By the look in your eyes, I see it coming back to you. Go through the court record again and have a thorough look at everything. You may just find a clue.
Yes, I'll do it straight away. We can't play PJ's donation. It spoils other games. So I'll just say, PJ, thank you! I was literally offline for a weekend. What is going on? Tom, it's good to see you. Nyanny and I are fighting.
Good to see
Anyway,
you.
this is my first ace attorney. Here we go!
Thanks, PJ.
Thank you, PJ!
Thanks, PJ!
Whoa, this art's so good.
Really good. If we take off the pen's lid,
Yeah.
the RM initials are very clearly engraved here.
And in fact, Miss Brett was clinging to this pen in her dying moments. It is very clearly a message, too.
To identify her killer, you mean?
I don't think there can be any doubt that this is a key piece of evidence in this case. The bottom. The bottom.
There's some sort of emblem here. Look. But it isn't a Yume University one.
It must belong to some other organization. I suppose a business of some kind. That would seem to imply that this pen doesn't, in fact, belong to Ray. Fountain pen.
Wait,
Yeah,
what was McGilded's first name?
mister.
Yeah.
What if his name is like Remus McGilded and it's his pen?
Oh, could be.
Magnus. Oh, right, of course.
Magnus. Magnum McGildus.
Leroy Jenkins.
Oh no.
Cause heavy bleeding. Knowledge.
Was there more pen you could look at? Because I think you could look at the under the lid, like where you grab a pen part.
It didn't light up.
Oh,
Yeah, it just removes.
because I thought you could also like, yeah, right there. Now let's unscrew the barrel, shall we?
Oh no! What? Poison.
Empty.
This must be the little reservoir that holds the ink.
Huh.
Yes, you fill it by drawing ink from a bottle up through the nib.
Is something wrong, Father?
It's just that there doesn't actually appear to be any ink in there, that's all.
Oh, yes, you're right. It's pretty much empty. Well, it could be on the verge of running out, I suppose.
There's still a very small amount of liquid inside the ink reservoir? Huh.
Forensics.
I guess that's it.
Bum, bum.
I don't don't know where this would go.
Right?
But I'm wondering if one of these has changed now.
Like, because for my thoughts of this whole thing are poison.
Poison. Yeah.
Because girl loved her
the
poison.
pupil dilation as well.
Yeah. And meiosis, which is not mitosis.
No.
But girl, you look gross, sis.
Oh no!
This is hopeless.
Of course. What about can we look at
Oh no, I know.
other evidence? Or do we kind of know that it's going to be the pen?
It's very likely going to be the pen.
I guess it all depends.
Hey. But oh, we can examine this now
Yeah.
because we weren't able to examine it before. I just had the magnifying glass.
Raucous England returnees tell all. This is the interview with you and Soseki-san, is it, father? It looks as though it was quite an exchange.
Yes, he became a little overanimated when he was talking about his time in England. The photographer managed to capture the moment his hand karate chopped me on the
Oh, he really
He
was.
did. He really did. Just give him a good throat chop.
I do hope you weren't hurt. What's going on in the back? Where's the funnies? Where's Garfield? This is a newspaper from Soseki-san. There seems to be an important article on the back page. Exclusive! Deadly poison stolen from Yume Medical Research Laboratory! From Yume Medical Research? Father, isn't that your lab?
What the? Let me see that. The poisons have been stolen.
It's this morning's paper that Soseki-san gave us. Are you saying you didn't know?
As embarrassing as that is from the head of the laboratory, I didn't. I've not heard anything on the matter. Where on earth could the reporter have gleaned this information?
Come to think of it, there was no article mentioning this story in our paper this morning, was there?
It's highly toxic poison we've been working on in the strictest confidence. I put Ray in charge of the project.
Uh-oh. Ray? She was managing it.
Uh-oh.
If what's written here is true, it means that she tried to hide the theft from me. And moreover, the details were leaked somehow.
I don't believe it!
We need to read this article very carefully.
But is Garfield okay? It was somebody's getting fired in the Mikotoba department.
What about the pictore?
9.
I mean, stabby. And there's nothing to, like, click in these things. Just look.
Just look.
Just a little looky-loo.
This is those.
All right. He
All
lacked
right.
critical information.
But
Oh!
I know.
That happened so fast.
I
Man.
know.
First stream.
Oh
What a
wow!
dream.
My old save files are there.
Nice. My
Episode
goodness.
1. GA2.
Well, I guess we're gonna until next tomorrow.
Yeah.
Until next tomorrow.
Until next tomorrow.
I mean, unless you're watching this in VOD-land, then you're gonna be there before we are.
Hello, vaudeville!
Hello, my lady. Hello.
Thank you, everyone. That's so
Yes.
cool.
This is so fun. Good to be back.
Also, Angu, and this is why I'm dressed like a weirdo.
Lord Jedi!
He's the
Thank
one
you,
dressed like a
Lord.
weirdo.
Jajato, hose be crazy, Amirite fellow men.
Actually, your views are small-minded and bigoted. Check yourself.
Yeah. I love Hosanaga for that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, maybe I will.
Thank you, Cupcake.
Thank you for teaching me a valuable lesson today, Hosanaga.
Yeah. Good to see you, Gregory.
Happy 25th birthday and 3rd anniversary to me.
Oh!
Also, 2021 marks 10 years of me being a YouTuber, and at the end of the year, I get
Hey!
my badge.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Happy birthday!
Damn. 10 years ago was the old YouTube.
Where's the horns?
Was the old,
Right there.
Power Jusho.
the old days.
Thank you.
I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, we got some stuff to put up on the board. And also, is this gonna autofocus?
I don't think
No,
it's
it
gonna
will not.
autofocus. No.
Do we show it like this still?
Yeah, and then just
come on.
go under it. Like you're just gonna like tick it a little bit.
Yeah, just
No, it's never gonna change.
Oh, it's never gonna. Oh,
No,
okay, we're tickling.
you gotta-
Never
you
gonna
gotta go
change. Never gonna change.
No, I'll be right back when you talk to the good people.
Oh yeah.
There
we got
you go.
tickle.
Oh, look
the
at that.
tickle tackle.
Perfect. Just like that.
Fearing. I'm gonna get my microphone back. We can talk as we show.
He said the thing. He said the thing. We stopped saying the thing when you left because it was your thing. It's just we're making space for you still, you know?
Thanks. Oh.
It's like when you have a queen size bed, but then you break up and you don't sleep on the other side of the bed. It was like that, but with words.
Oh. Like Joey Jambo.
I know. I couldn't Joey Jambo just like you.
No. But you made your own Joey Jambo, and I love
I did.
that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Where is Joseph Jamberson?
Joey's shows up from time to time.
From time to time.
I don't know if Joey frequents these streams, but maybe.
From Tim to Tom.
From Tim to Tom.
Serenity, you know I'd be putting stuff up on the board.
Oh, so Seki's poses are supposed to resemble hiragana.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I saw that fly by in chat. I'm like, I wonder what they are, though. I mean,
yeah.
If somebody in chat knows what the, those moments are, it'd be kind of cool to see them fly by in chat.
Right? I'm going to look for it next time we talk to him, because he's not done. He's not done.
My goodness. This is a shoulder workout. You are absolutely correct. Oh, good to see you, Jordan.
Oh, me was beside me now.
All right, now I got things to put up on the board. Now you talk to the nice people. Oh, sure. Oh, no.
I love this game. I love this game so much. I'm very happy that we get to see all our friends.
I like a game.
And make new friends. I'm not sure how I feel about Ray. Originally, I love her, but now I'm kind of sus.
Whoa!
I know it's not the lawyer way.
Nothing from the first
I
game.
know, but
Jeez.
she is so very sussy, and I think this game has always circumvented my understandings of everything, and so I just don't even know.
I doubt it. I think
We got to trust our sussy friends.
yeah. She's our childhood friend. She couldn't have.
She couldn't.
It's the Ace Attorney way.
She's 16. Yeah, 16-year-olds kill peoples all the times. All the times.
All the time.
Yeah, you need to adjust that episode. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. Her eyelashes are very pointy.
But yeah, no, it's nice to be back to this game. It's a lot of fun. I'm very excited.
I love these games so much. You don't even know.
Yeah. And of course, October's coming up, so we're going to be playing maybe some scary games.
Spooky.
So if you guys want to, there's a link to the subreddit, which has the poll there if you want to just click on it. Just a Google form. Or you can suggest some games, and then we could maybe do a poll. I might just see what's there. Maybe I'll make a choice. Who knows? We'll see what the results look like.
It's a good way to get some ideas, though, you know, because I don't think scary games are in either of our wheelhouses.
Not traditionally.
No, so we really don't even know. But so it's good for people who know scary games, you know, to tell us what you know.
Yeah. Spooky.
Symphony of the Night.
But yeah, I would also like to get maybe see some Phasmophobia, see how that's kind of been updated. Pretty cool. Of course, we're doing Yakuza after this, but it'll just be me and Nyanny. Tom will be here for the Ace Attorney series. So
Isa.
I hope you like that. Only one.
Only one?
One game submission per form. The form only allows for one submission, but you can do multiple. Just don't recommend the same game multiple times.
Yeah.
That's not helping anyone.
that doesn't help anybody at all.
At all. Yeah, Crush. We'll see what's up. Tom might have plans. It's a little ways away.
I love Parasite Eve 2. It's my favorite game, and it taught me all I need to know about mitochondria.
It's the powerhouse of the prison cell, right?
Precisely, that's correct.
I'm back, BB.
Silent Hill 2.
All right. We doing this good thing?
Heck yeah.
All right. See you all tomorrow?
See you all tomorrow.
Or
Okay,
an hour.
good. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. I love you. Bye.